And so active listening isn't just a technique, it's a mindset. It's about valuing the voices of those around you and creating space for real understanding. Welcome to the Teach, Lead, Innovate podcast, where we dive deep into the heart of innovation, leadership, and transformative ideas shaping the future of education and technology. Each episode is a journey into the minds of visionary educators, thinkers, and leaders who are not just talking about change, they're living it. Real people leading real change. This is where passion meets practice and ideas come to life. Welcome to the Teach, Lead, Innovate podcast. Today, we're diving into one of the most undervalued yet transformative leadership and teaching practices, active listening. Welcome to another episode of Teach, Lead, Innovate. This is a topic that we have done on the show before, active listening, but it's one that I think merits constant visitation because it is so important. And I just want to kind of revisit it again and kind of provide some more research and data points to support the importance of active listening as a educator, as a leader, in whatever career you have. Active listening in both your personal and professional life can be truly empowering, and it's essential. It's truly essential. So we often hear about the importance of speaking with authority or inspiring with words, but here's the truth. The best leaders and teachers don't just talk, they listen. And not just superficially, they listen deeply, empathetically, and with purpose. Whether it's a colleague, student, or team member, listening is the foundation of trust and understanding. We're going to explore active listening, highlight real-world examples, and give you actionable tips to sharpen your listening skills. Let's dive in. Active listening isn't just about hearing, it's about understanding. Research shows that active listening can increase trust, reduce conflict, and improve communication. A study by Kluger and Zaidel found that when leaders practice active listening, team members are 40% more likely to feel valued and engaged. And in the classroom, active listening is equally impactful. According to a study by Goodwin and Miller, students who feel heard by their teachers are more likely to produce, participate, express creativity, and develop critical thinking skills. So here are a few examples of active listening at work and where it's transforming schools and organizations. So if we go to Central High School in Colorado, when tensions rose between students and staff, Principal Sarah Montgomery introduced listening circles, a structured format where students, teachers, and administrators took turns sharing and listening without interruption. Over the course of a semester, disciplinary incidents decreased by 25%, and surveys showed an increase in trust between students and staff. Truly empowering, truly transformative right there. And I want to go back to, we talked the other day about Howard Schultz at Starbucks. And so I want to go back to that, right? During his tenure as CEO, Schultz famously spent weeks visiting stores and listening to employees' challenges before making major decisions. Wow, isn't that a novel idea? Talking to your people before you make big decisions, right? One notable result, the creation of Starbucks healthcare benefits for part-time employees, an idea sparked by those listening sessions. And if we go to Willow Creek Elementary School in Texas, fifth grade teacher Maria Hernandez implemented student voice minutes, where she dedicated the first 10 minutes of every Friday to share their thoughts about the week. And not only did this practice boost classroom morale, but it also improved her lesson plans based on student feedback. She was listening to the students. And I want to take a moment to share a quick news article on active listening. This week, BBC News featured a story about Finland's innovative leadership training for educators, which includes mandatory courses in active listening. The program, designed for principals and school leaders, teaches techniques like paraphrasing, nonverbal listening cues, and open-ended questioning. Early evaluations show that 90% of participants report stronger relationships with their staff and improved school culture. Finland reminds us that listening isn't just a soft skill, it's a leadership imperative. If you want to lead and you want to lead greatly, you want to lead really boldly in today's education world as a principal, AP, whatever you are, superintendent, assistant superintendent, you must listen. You must listen to your people. And I mean, really listen. I can't help but think to link this to history of anything else but Franklin Delano Roosevelt, right? President Roosevelt was known for his incredible ability to listen. A few years ago, I had reconstructive foot surgery, right, in 2023. And I took such strength and encouragement and inspiration from the example of FDR. He just gave me such inspiration, but in this area, especially as a leader. During the Great Depression, he conducted fireside chats with the American people. And he listened. And he also listened to concerns of everyday Americans through letters, through meetings, and his active listening helps shape policies that directly address the needs of the people, strengthening trust in his leadership during one of the nation's darkest times, the Great Depression, and then into World War II. So, hats off to FDR for giving us such a great example of active listening and bold leadership. So, how can you bring active listening into your teaching or leadership practice? Well, a good idea is to paraphrase and summarize. After someone speaks, repeat back what you heard in your own words. This shows you're engaged and ensures that you understand their perspective. And ask open ended questions. Encourage deeper conversation by asking questions like, can you tell me more? Or how do you feel about this? And then create space for feedback, right? Whether it's a student, staff member, or colleague, give them time to express themselves without interruption. Sometimes the best conversations happen when we let silence do the work. And so active listening isn't just a technique, it's a mindset. It's about valuing the voices of those around you and creating space for real understanding. As you go through this week and beyond, I challenge you to focus on listening, particularly this week. Get it started, get the ball rolling, not just to respond, but to truly connect. And as always, thank you for joining me on Teach, Lead, Innovate. If you're listening on one of our audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, thank you so much. If you are watching on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, comment below. I'd love to hear how you're practicing active listening. And of course, I can't wait to respond as well and keep the conversation going. So until next time, stay inspired, stay positive, and have the best day ever.